She's
Yeah.
in. Hey guys, welcome to Confessions from a Red Couch. I am your host, Janae, and this is a podcast all about improving the relationship with yourself so you don't take your trash to others because no one wants your unresolved stuff. That's just rude. This month I am doing Women's History Month, and I'm doing segments on women of color, and because I love us and I love what we do. And so I have a guest today, and she's going to talk a little bit about herself. So go ahead and do that for me.
Hey y'all. This is Lorraine Renee. I am host of Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast and Pink Tea Chronicles
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
I also have a blog which I titled Sharon Pink Promotions blog, where I
Mhm.
just do blogging for women like in small businesses,
Right.
feature other bloggers, things of that nature. Just my way to kind of be an advocate for women, supporting women.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for being on today.
Of course, I'm
Um,
happy to be on the red couch. Well,
yes, the red
virtually on the red
couch.
couch.
The red couch. Yes,
Yes.
oh, I'm so excited. She's part of what I like to call my podcasting sister circle. She's
Yes.
in.
Yes. Yes. I love that circle, Bell.
I do too.
We can really get it in there.
We do. We good. Good, bad, hilarious, petty.
Shout out to the OGs.
Shout out to the OGs. Shout out to those ladies because they will keep your phone drained. The
Yes.
battery, the battery drained. And they will make your day like so much better. If you're having a bad day, they will jump in and like get you together.
Yep.
So
Sure will.
I love it. All right. So let's get into our questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yay, good. Okay, so the first question is, what is your favorite thing about being a woman?
Oh, okay, there's so many things.
Hey.
I think for me, I would have to say my resilience.
Yeah.
I have I'm just grateful to be able to have gotten through um, a lot of the things I've had to go through in life.
Mm-hmm.
Women are strong, and
Yes,
women have to take on a lot of stuff.
we do.
And we just have this, I don't know, I guess it's that superpower that they say we have, where we can
Mm-hmm.
like, we bounce back. You know what I mean? We
Quickly
just
too. Yeah.
push through and we bounce back. And so
Yes.
um I have a good way of just getting through no matter what. I
Mm-hmm.
saw a lot. I see a lot of myself now with my mom. I
Yeah.
see now, like I'm like, dang, I sound like my mom, or yeah, my mom really did
Right.
this. And so I think that's probably the best thing that I like about being a woman. And then the
Mm-hmm.
fact that I get to be a mom.
Yeah.
My son is amazing. He's a
Oh,
good kid. I was blessed with a really good kid, and
that's a
so
blessing.
just to be able to see, from birth to where he is now. My son is 17, and
Oh,
so yeah, so he's growing into my big old baby. He's growing
right.
into a really good young man, and so
Good.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
My life took a turn when I became a mom, so I
Mm-hmm.
think that those are the best things I like about being a
Right.
woman.
I think it's amazing how I'm not a one. I don't have my own kids yet. I have bonus kids, but it
Mhm.
is amazing just to see them grow. Just you like, wait,
Yeah, yeah. And you're a teacher,
wait.
so you
Um,
speak to every single. You got a bunch of kids.
right, all the time. I have like I honestly do. My first group of kids that I taught are now in their 30s and they're having kids, and I'm
Uh,
like, my baby.
oh wow,
My babies. It's
that's
so
I
crazy.
said cool to see that.
Yeah,
That's
it is. It's amazing to see them, and just like you, it's amazing to see like this little thing mature into this person who has
yeah.
their own personality, and you're like, oh my goodness,
Yep.
that's
Yep. Yep.
that's my baby. and I love what you said about the resilience part. Like a lot of people keep forgetting we as women, we have, first of all, we have the highest pain tolerance of every
Yes. Yes.
pain tolerance is crazy. And
Yep.
if you ever, like, a woman can never say, I always say this, a woman will bounce back faster sometimes than
Mhm.
some
Mhm.
just other people. A woman who wants to bounce back will
Yeah.
bounce back, and they will do
Yeah.
whatever they need to do to bounce back. So
Yeah.
I
And I
love
think we're becoming a little bit more conscious now of actually like working through stuff.
that.
Like, you know how you can be feeling a certain type of way or be going through something and then you just like I guess you put on this mask like
Yeah.
everything's okay, but you're not
Mhm.
really okay, and then you
Yeah.
just kind of break down. But we're becoming more conscious of actually working through our stuff
Right.
and figuring it out and getting through
Mhm.
it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. It's not enough for us to be like, oh, woe is me. Like after, like you
Yeah,
said, we
yeah,
just start thinking about it. Okay, girl, it's hard right now, but what can you do to keep it at, like, you gotta bounce back. You gotta get out of this.
exactly.
So yeah, so that
Yeah.
resilience part is a big thing for women.
Mhm.
All
Yep.
right. Okay. So our next question is, what woman inspires you and why?
Um, okay, so I think right now I'm really well, I've loved her ever since she came out.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I'm really kind of drawn to her. But Tracy Ellis Ross is I love Tracy Ellis Ross.
She's fabulous.
She uh, her energy to me just
Mhm.
seems real genuine. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I watch a lot of her like interviews and things like that, and
Mhm.
it seems like she's speaking and she's just really speaking from the heart. She's not just it's not publicity. It's not you
Right.
know those words that just sound good because she's on the camera. It
Mhm.
seems like she really is just speaking
Speaking her
genuinely
truth. Yeah.
her yeah, and she just seems so comfortable just in her natural state. She's
Mhm.
beautiful, but I mean it's
Very.
like embraces who she is, where she's at. I was watching this one interview that she did, and she was just talking about how she had to learn how to she called it I think she called it choiceful solitude. And
Mhm.
so she was talking about how she had to like just embrace being by herself and
Right.
actually like being okay with it, being
Mhm.
comfortable with it, not necessarily having to have someone around all
Mhm.
the time,
Yeah.
and kind of taking that time to herself in. And so for that, I mean, I'm just really really drawn to her. I think she's intelligent. She's doing so many different things. She came
Mhm.
out with her hair care
Her hair
line,
care line. Yes.
right? And
Yes.
she's the producer of. But what I didn't know the whole time was that she was the producer of Grownish. I knew
Yes.
I didn't know she produced it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
and mixed it. So she's doing her thing. I
Right.
like her.
She
She's
has another. Is it another show or a movie coming out with Gosh, I wish I knew who was in that movie with her. I saw it. It was an ad on Facebook. Like she has a
hmm.
movie or something, and it's like she's a businesswoman CEO, and
Ah,
um,
I'm surprised I didn't know. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
I saw it on Facebook. I see it on Facebook a couple of times, like it runs on
Mhm.
Facebook. So when I see it, I'll shoot it to you so you can
All
see
right.
it. But you're
Yeah.
right, her energy is just amazing, and
Mm-hmm.
her attitude about, like you said, the solitude as a choice. I think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, if we could embrace that,
Yep.
you don't always have to have somebody. You don't always have to have a piece of somebody. I think it's better to be strong by yourself. Surrounded by people who love you, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily a partner, and then having to deal with drama and toxic relationships all
Yep.
the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
love it. I love
And
her message.
she said, I don't know if you saw her on that the Tamron Hall show.
Yeah,
Did you see her when she was on there?
I didn't get a chance to see it.
So she was on there and she said something that I kind of caught. She was saying how because Tamron I wish
Cameron.
Cameron.
Some. I know you're talking about though.
Yeah, she was saying, she was telling her, she was like, well, you're the producer and this, that, and the third. And she's like, well, that must feel great or whatever. And she was saying, she was like, well, it's one thing to have the title and that's all good or whatever. Right. She said, the fact that I'm able to have, basically what she was saying was the fact that I'm able to have control over the content that I'm creating as a woman and as a Black woman, that means more to me than just having the title executive producer, whatever. Right. She said, as women, we need to, have equity in the things that we're creating. And as we're podcasters and, bloggers and writers. And so we're content creators too. And so the fact that we're able to have so many different, avenues that we can share what the content that we want to share, I think that's something that we should kind of,
embrace.
Take.
Take heed to. And she gets to control the image that she wants to put forth.
Exactly.
Love that. She doesn't, even like as her on Blackish, like she still kind of has a say in like, okay, this is the way I want to look. This is the way I want to act. Like, and in Grownish, even in Grownish is dang good. It talks about the life of up and coming young adults.
Yeah.
And and that image that's being put out there of women of color on that show is just amazing. They have their the usual drama, but you see them working through stuff and growing through stuff instead of bickering and arguing and all the other stuff. So I love the fact that she has control of that, because she can definitely, like, young Black women or young women of color can use that as an example. Like, hey, you don't have to be Love and Hip Hop. You don't have to be Real Housewives. You can be in school. You can have a job. You can be going through, your track scholarship. It just, I love that about that. And I love that about her.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. And her outfits be amazing.
Like, I would say, and fashion be on point, okay?
On point. On point. I talked about her on another show. Like, I have not seen her do anything wrong.
She can do no wrong. I agree. Yep.
At all. She is just on point. Next question. Are there any assumptions about women that you would like to change, and why?
Any assumptions about women? I think if I had to say anything, it would be that we're very easily manipulated. Like, I feel like women, how can I say this? We be knowing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we be knowing stuff, but I feel like a lot of times we just, and I kind of touched on this, and I don't remember what episode it was, but I kind of touched on this a little bit. I feel like, women, we're always trying to fix something or make something work or heal something, and I think sometimes people think that they have us manipulated to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know better.
Right.
We do, but really, it's just the healer in us and the fixer in us. We're trying to fix something, or we have high hopes for something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like and it's something that I could say, like you said, it's kind of, it's our strong point, but it can be our weakness too.
Yeah.
Because we're nurturers. We want to see everybody do good. We want people to live up to that potential that we see in them. And sometimes that keeps us stuck in situations. Now that don't mean we don't see your garbage. We see it.
Exactly. And you nailed it. Exactly.
We see your garbage, but we're trying so hard because we want you to be so much better. And that's our strong point, and that is a thorn in our side, because sometimes we don't know how to let go. Because we just want so bad for you to live up to the potential we see.
Yep. So stop assuming that you're just like, you got this.
Clueless.
Yeah, because we're definitely not. Very intelligent. Very intelligent.
Very highly. And we watch. We see.
Exactly. Yep.
We be watching. Y'all can be clueless. We be watching.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Yep, right?
Like,
You
woo,
got some
let
good
me,
questions, girl. You got some good questions.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm trying. Okay, and the last question, what do you believe will be the biggest challenge for the generation of women behind us?
Okay, so when I think about the generation behind us, I think about like, like my nieces. I have a college age niece. I have one who's going to be a senior next year. I have a goddaughter who's going to be a senior, and I think that the biggest challenge could potentially be mental health awareness. And when I say that, I think I mean just it's a lot of stuff that they're gonna have to learn how to, to adjust to and how to take on. And right now, it's a different time right now for them. Like they're going through some stuff and it's gotten deep.
I would never think, like, wouldn't have ever thought.
Like it's gotten deep. Like when I was their age, I mean, of course it was happening, but you didn't see such a scope on it as you do now. But like with like suicide and like just
like the abuse of drugs. Like,
yeah,
and just the whole like, I could take whatever drug I want to. I'll be fine. I'm just trying not to feel. Like, what is this whole thing of like you have to feel life? The things that you feel help you grow.
yeah,
And I feel you because, like you said, I'm a school teacher, so I see it, and I'm like,
yeah,
you can't numb that feeling. You need to feel that and learn from that and keep
yeah.
moving.
Yeah, and I feel like there's so much pressure on them and a lot of it has to do, I mean, we say this a lot, but a lot of it has to do with the social media aspect of it.
It does.
They're comparing themselves, they're idolizing people that, I mean, like, realistically, you don't need to be idolized, so I just think that, I think that would probably, if I could think of one thing that would be a challenge to them, it would just kind of be just them learning how to cope with things and learning how to get through things.
That's really good. Yeah.
A better way of handling it and dealing with it, because specifically, just personally, like people, younger women in my family, like the things that I hear them say and just like the feelings that they're going through just about sexuality and bullying and things like that. It's really it's affecting them. And had that type of stuff, I guess, when we were coming up, but to me it just wasn't as deep as it is. And I'm thinking about, like, I mean, you got little kids like killing themselves.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Like they haven't even begun to even deal with real stress and trauma.
Yeah, and I'm like, because of your peers. That's the pressure because of your own peers, and it took you to that space where you felt like that's what you had to do. So I mean, it's scary.
It is. It's very scary.
Yeah, and so I think that that's something which I'm kind of glad now, because I think that now there's been more of we're talking about mental health more now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You see it a lot now. Bloggers are blogging about it. Podcasters are talking about it. You can even now, I mean, there's an app. Have you seen, like, there's an app that you can download and, like, match your stuff up with the counselor.
Is it Talkspace? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't even heard, but that's probably.
I know Talkspace is one.
I have to like to add a lot. Like when I'm listening to podcasts, there's like you can somehow or another you can consult with someone or whatever. So you always have the ability. So there's
always somebody they can learn. If they can't talk to anyone else, they can go there. Yeah.
And you're using technology to kind of, you know what I mean? Because everything's an app now. So I'm kind of glad for that, because it's really kind of gotten deep, and it's just so much going on. And so I think, it's good that we're kind of talking about it now and
Right.
normalizing that it's okay to talk to somebody. It's okay to have a counselor or talk to a therapist. You know, before it was kind of like, you talk to a therapist, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Girl, let me tell you what's wrong with me. This is why I'm talking to them. You think I'm crazy when I tell you my stuff.
Exactly.
She won't. She a professional. Let me talk to her. Shut up. Yeah, you're right now. It's more of a priority, and I think it's because the suicide rate started to rise. It's still up there, and at some point we have to tell these kids, the generation behind us, you are not going to be perfect, and that is okay. That's okay. You might not know what you want to do right now, and that's okay. It's okay. You don't have to have your life figured out at 18, 21, 25. Hell, I'm 37 and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
Oh my girl, where are you? What are you doing? So I think it's like you said, that mental health piece will help them cope with actual reality.
Yeah.
That's it. The whole actual reality. That's what needs, the coping mechanisms and the coping skills really need to be taught with the generation. I completely agree with you so much. So much. Yep. All right. So let's talk about your things and why, like, because you're dope and I have you on here because you're amazing. So, talk more about your stuff and where we can find you. I want everybody to find you and like her things and subscribe to her things because we support each other.
I love it. I love it. I'm on here for it. Well, yeah, again, so I have my blog, SharonPinkPromotions.com or SharonPinkPromos.com. Pink actually stands for purpose, inspiration, nourishment, and knowledge. And so that's the website on there. Again, I'm always like featuring guest bloggers. So if someone is interested in submitting a blog, they can just hit me up and we'll work something out and I'll get this on there. I just like to help other women and promote other women, support other women. My podcast, like I mentioned, I have two, and so just the Pink Tea Chronicles and Thoughts of a Blog Queen. So I like to kind of say that's kind of like my sweet and my spicy.
Gotcha.
So Pink Tea Chronicles is more so I'm just kind of changing the gear up on it where it will be me and another woman doing what I like to call the tea party.
Right, that's cute. I like it.
Yeah, we'll do that. And so that's more so for me being able to talk about women that are just doing great things, whether they're in business, have another podcast, or just whatever. And Thoughts of a Blog Queen, that's kind of my more spicy.
That's our spicy.
That's our spicy. I'm on there talking kind of one-on-one with me and my homegirl. And I'm just basically, I feel like I've had my fair share. I don't know everything, and I'm not a life coach or anything like that yet. But I feel like I have a pretty good perspective on different things, and I feel like just women, we go through so much of the same stuff.
We do.
It can relate to a lot of the same things.
Yes.
And so, I feel like I'm very down to earth and I just have a pretty good perspective on things. And so I just like to share my thoughts. And like I said, that side is a little bit more unfiltered than the other side. And so that's Thoughts of a Blog Queen. And so I'm on Instagram, Thoughts of a Blog Queen _podcast. Pink Tea Chronicles _podcast.
Right.
And
there we go. We're back. All right. Good. Good. Well, make sure you like, subscribe to her things, comment, review. Show her love. I'm showing her love right
now. All the Spotify, iHeart, Apple, all that good stuff.
Yep, and you're gonna find her things in the show notes. So, on here on YouTube, you're gonna find them in the show notes. And then just on, if you're listening, it's all in the show notes. So go to her page, her page, go read her blog, send some good traffic. That's how we keep going.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
how we keep going.
Exactly. If you're a blogger and you're interested in being featured on the website, you can hit me up
Yeah.
and we'll come up with some kind of feature and I'll get it on the website. And that's just a way to give you a backlink and get more traffic to your website because I'll promote it on my end, you promote it on your end, and there it is.
And we promote each other.
That's
That's how
right.
we do. Well, thanks so much for being on tonight. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I
thank you
really
so
do.
much, Sophie.
Yes. All right. And for those who are listening, thank you guys for listening and tuning in and watching because I got the YouTube stuff back up. Hey, hey. So make sure you go like and subscribe to my things, confessionsfromariacouch.com. It is a blog and a podcast. And like I said, we just talk about all things helping the relationship with yourself so you don't take your trash to others. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share, review, do all those great things. And we will see you next time. Bye, kids.
Bye.